I find when I go on these long walks, I think much more clearly because you're exercising, you're releasing endorphins and serotonin in your brain. You know that high you get after you finish working out? It's like that the whole time you go for a walk. And whenever you have great... I just wiped out big time. And I don't know if we're still rolling, but I'm gonna keep it rolling so you can laugh at me. And not with me, okay. Whoa. All right, let me make sure everything's still working here. Good. I think I didn't wipe out on the road, man. Jeez Louise, I tell ya. Oh, I almost did it again. All right, note to self, get cleats next time you go for a walk. All right, life's too short not to laugh myself. What was I saying again? God, before I almost died? Oh yeah, that's right. So you know that high you get after you go to the gym? It's kind of like that. That's the great feeling that you get when you go for a walk. And what I do is I stop every now and then when I'm going for a walk without wiping out. But I stop every now and then what I do is I actually, I take some notes in my iPhone. Just life-changing notes for me. And my best decisions have come when I've gone for walks, another hot day. Some of the notes I take, actually, look at that background, isn't that gorgeous? We're gonna walk down there, okay? I have to go down the road and around the block to get there, but I'm not gonna die on my way down, okay? All right, keeping up with my, record everything in one take. Ow, I hurt my hand now. No, I write down all notes I have, and what I do is this, and I'm gonna show it to you actually. I'll do a little screen insert right here. What I do is when I come up with ideas, I'll send myself an email when I'm walking. And the subject line is really short, but it's always the same, okay? So when I'm going for walks and I want to add something to my vlog, I'll say add vlog in the subject line, like here. And then within Gmail or whatever email system you use, I'll basically do a search on that subject line. And I have all those unstructured notes that I can then use later, okay? And right now, one of the purposes for this walk, aside from vlogging and wiping out and making a fool of myself, is to come up with ideas for my next course. It's a course on business planning. And so every now and then during this walk, I've been sending myself emails with the subject line, add space BP, like this, business plan. And that's how I make all my courses. It's all unstructured logic until I have all of the content ready. I do a search in Google on my subject line here, which is add BP, business plan. And then I'll kind of throw everything into Microsoft Word and put headings on H1, H2s, whatever, put a table of contents in. And that's the crux of how I create the stuff for my courses. Anyway, I'm gonna keep walking. Actually, I think I left my water bottle over there when I wiped out. So I promised you I'd explain what this hat is for, what it's from. And so it's actually, I'll stand here before I bend down and pick it up. It's actually from one of my heroes, a wonderful man named Roberto Clemente, who died right before I was born, I think in 1972. I'm dating myself yet again. And what Roberto Clemente did, he's a beautiful soul. He got 3,000 hits in baseball, which is a huge milestone, And then during the off season, he was on a flight to a wonderful charitable mission somewhere, I think in Central America, and God bless him. That plane crashed, and I don't know why people don't make a movie about that guy. He was amazing. And so when I go on walks, I wear hats that kind of inspire me, and this is my favorite hat, number 21, Roberto Clemente. He really inspires me. Okay, I'm gonna pick up my water and my shake and a couple other items that fell in my pocket here when I almost died, which you almost saw live. I mean, this is reality TV here. Just thank God it wasn't on the road. Okay, so I'm gonna keep walking, and I'll come back and visit you again soon when I'm down there. Okay, and then I'll show you the beautiful park, the reservoir. Thank you. See you soon. Steve Jobs used to always go on very, very long walks, and he came up with a lot of his most brilliant ideas on these long walks. Now, He did them alone usually, but sometimes he went on a walk with his best friend, Larry Ellison, who's the founder of Oracle, which is a big software company here in the Bay Area. But I really believe that if you take a walk at least once a week by yourself, you kind of think about where you are in life and where you want to be. Think of it like it's a rudimentary gap analysis. Here's where you are now, here's where you want to be. And if you just think about how do I fill that gap, do it on a weekly basis, I promise you, you'll be amazed with the outcomes. And so I think of it like, you know, take that walk, change your life. And I used to play golf by myself every now and then as well, and I come up with my best business ideas that way. And so let me just take you down from this tree there. Thank you. Yeah, so I would come up with a lot of my best ideas by just going on a walk. And by the way, there's a couple of songs that I'm playing in the background during this vlog, and there's this new system in YouTube in the top right hand corner where you can ask people to answer a question. So just for fun, see if you can answer what songs I'm playing. They all have the word walk in them. Okay, you probably recognize at least one of them. And I gotta take a look at my leg here. So first of all, this here is Lululemon, Canadian brand, represents. No damage at all. Let's see. I got some scratches, not too bad, not too bad. And if it scars, I don't care, because I always want to look back and think to myself, oh, drop something again, sorry. I always want to look back and think to myself, that was a pretty funny moment. Anyway, I hope you got a good laugh out of my wife out there as well. Okay, I'll check back with you in a couple minutes. And I love to actually just sit by the water, listen to the water. It's very soothing and therapeutic as well. I come up with my best ideas that way. And I take out my iPad and I kind of map out where I am now, where I want to be. I've got that cool little iPad pencil. It kind of helps me to kind of structure where I want to be in a fun way too, because I love using technology, and I'll show you what I mean. Let me just cross the street here. And so I take out this and I'll show you what I'm drawing as well. It's so relaxing just sitting here and being inspired by the water, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So I'll show you what I do. So I've got an iPad pencil, and it's just Bluetooth, and it really helps me to kind of map out where I am in my life and where I want to be going. Actually, what I think I'll do is I'm going to bring you closer to me so I can talk to you a little bit more closely. People think I'm crazy, that's for sure. There we go. That's more comfortable now. Yeah, so I use Microsoft OneNote, which is a free download. And the cool thing about using Microsoft OneNote, another hot day, is that it's free. And you can synchronize it with Microsoft's version of Dropbox called OneDrive, which isn't that great, but it's free, whatever. And whatever you write here into your tablet gets duplicated on your iPhone and on your desktop computer as well, whether it's Windows or a Mac, right? It's centrally stored. And so I love to just kind of map out where I want to be in life using Microsoft OneNote. Now, I've used other things before, like I've used PowerPoint, which is not that hard to use, right? So you can actually just drag and drop, circles and images, whatever. And I don't use PowerPoint just for presenting. I use it kind of for visually mapping where I want to go next in my life, or the some of my courses, I have Excel dashboards. I like to kind of map out what it's going to look like right here within OneNote or within PowerPoint, which is fun. And there's lots of other cool programs too. And you can get lost in this as well. It's so fun kind of mapping out your goals visually instead of just writing them down. I enjoy the whole process. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really relaxing. And I actually, when I used to work for other people, which I hated, I would always take off 1 or 2 days a year when I wasn't physically sick, but mentally I was kind of stressed out. And you could do a lot of harm to yourself in your career if you're not in the right frame of mind. You go to work, you might snap at someone verbally, whatever. So I just kind of I take 1 or 2 days off. I remember when I worked in New York at Goldman years ago. Everyone was cool where I worked, but I was kind of burned out. And I remember I used to take a day off every now and then, go to Central Park, go to a movie by myself, just kind of sit on a park bench like I am right now, and just kind of reassess where I am in my life and really where I want to go. And my best career and life decisions have come when I've just kind of had the solitude of listening to nature like this and going on a walk. I recommend everybody do it, and if you can do it once a week, it doesn't have to be an entire day event, but if you can do it once a week, I really recommend doing it and really assessing where you are in your life and where you want to be longer term. And if you're not happy professionally doing what it is you're doing, then go on that walk, take that walk, and kind of think about what would make you happiest in life and make that happen. And if I can be resourceful in any way in helping make that become a reality, let me know. I'm creating a business plan course right now, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to visualize it and target it so that people working for other people can create this business plan, fill in this business plan template I'm creating, and then decide whether or not to quit their job. And I think if you work for somebody else, which we all have to at one point in our lives, I think that about 70% of your time should be spent thinking about work at that company and doing your job and making quota, whatever. But the other 30% should be you mapping out a company you want to start. And you only have to be right in business one time. And so just keep filling in templates and dreaming and filling out goals, write them out, and just make business plans over and over and over again. And you got to watch out, because you will get what you want if you keep doing that. And again, you only have to be right in business one time, and just keep making business plans over and over and over again until you have something tangible you think that you can use to become ultimately free. You know, free to be you, free to be able to live life on your terms. You know, freedom from politics, freedom from bureaucracy, freedom from people that you work for feeling threatened. You know, people might think they hired their assassin because you're so good at what you do, and you're so sick and tired of dumbing it down and you know, not trying to create the best possible work in certain situations because you might come across as a threat. And I know it might sound elusive to a lot of you, but it will happen to you if it hasn't yet in your career working for somebody else. If it's a big organization, you do a great job, and somebody feels threatened by you. It's not a meritocracy. You don't eat what you kill. That's not the way the world works. There's politics involved until you start your own company. And again, you only have to be right in business one time. And there's a bunch of other people here. I think they want to sit here, and I feel bad hogging this bench. So I'm going to get up now, and I'll come back to you in a couple of minutes. Thanks. Do you want me to take that picture for you?
What you're doing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm just doing a video shoot. So I've got a vlog. Yeah. Do you want to be in it?
Sure.
All right, great. Let me pick this up. Hold on a second. All right. All right, let me grab this, make sure that the mic is on.
Was that shooting while it was rotating?
Yeah, that's okay though. It's all right. All right, so I'm Chris, by the way. What's your name?
Meg.
Meg, pleasure.
Nice
How are
to
you?
meet you.
Sherry, nice to meet you as well. Let me see, I get you guys in a shot here. So I've got this this thing I'm holding here. It's called a it's called a gimbal, and basically it allows me to kind of swing around the camera, and it stays stable when I'm walking.
Yeah.
Right. So and so what I do is I actually have I have a vlog I do every day. It's for business and just personal development stuff. So I'm a bit of a nerd. I've got this new toy. I'm playing around with it a bit. I wiped out earlier using it.
Ooh,
yeah, it was okay though. It was right by the road. I'm just grateful that it wasn't on the road itself. So yeah.
Worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just having fun, you know, just
Yeah, I saw you talking to it at the road, up the road when we first came in.
Yeah. And I attached it to a tree as well, and I walked up to it. I had a separate microphone, and I just kind of, I don't know, I just, I want to help my students as much as I can. I've got, so I teach online.
Right? Oh, wonderful.
So yeah, it's just fun. I just love it. So I teach business and personal development.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
It's fun. It's fun. It's You know, Mark Twain had this great quote. He said the two most important days in your life are number one, the day you're born, and then number two, the day you find out why. And for me, it's to teach. I just want to teach. I wish I did it years ago. So it's
well, good for you.
Something I enjoy doing. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. You seem exuberant. It's
wonderful.
Thank
you. I worked for other people for years. I hated it. I was frustrated, but I'm glad I was frustrated because it kind of pushed me to, you know, go in this direction. Right. Yeah, to do something I enjoy. Otherwise, what's the point? You get out of bed every day and you work with people that aren't fair to you, and you know. But I look back in hindsight, everything that happened to me, I'm grateful it happened. Even though, like, I got fired once, and I remember at the time thinking, God, why is this happening to me? It's not fair. But I'm happy it happened.
It was your path.
Exactly.
Yeah. Failing is good for all of us.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. Gets you closer to your next success, or
exactly.
Or your
you figure out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, that's great. Can we look at your blog or blog?
Yeah, absolutely. So just go to YouTube. If you want to write down. But if you go to YouTube and you just do a search, just search for my name. Chris, that's C-H-R-I-S, the last name is H-A-R-O-U-N. Yeah, it's a daily vlog, you'll see.
Okay. Say the last name again.
Sorry, yeah, H-A-R-O-U-N.
Gotcha. Great.
And you'll get a kick out of it because today, the first thing I did was I wiped out. And I'm not going to edit that out, I'm going to include it.
Great.
And you'll get a good kick out of it. You can laugh at me, not with me, and if that brought a smile to your face, then I've done my deed for the day.
For me, it would just be like, ow. And so I'm a physician, and these things are really gritty.
Yeah.
So make sure, as painful as it is, that you scrub the heck out of it with water.
Absolutely.
Because they, you know,
it can turn into trouble.
It can turn into big trouble. So just do a really good scrub, and even as it gets sore and tight, just get in there and keep scrubbing it.
Keep it clean, and
it'll scab up, and then again.
Yeah. It's a badge of honor. Every time I look at it, I'll laugh. If it's a scar, I'll be like, oh, I remember that moment. That was funny.
That's great.
Positive attitude, I guess, but whatever. Yeah.
This is pretty inspiring. So
isn't this great?
And thanks for taking the time.
Of course, it's fun. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to do this panoramic thing where it turns and it records as it turns slowly. Right, so you see that in movies, right?
Yeah.
Where it seems like high speed, but they're recording really slowly as the camera's moving slowly. Right, and these things are cheap enough now that anybody can do it.
Wow. I know.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to set it up so that it pans from there all the way over here to me where I'm sitting, even if I'm not in, I don't care, and then back. And then you'll be able to see a bunch of birds and the trees moving maybe a bit. It's not that windy today, which is great for recording. That's why I have this fuzzy thing up here. My kids call it a pet.
Oh, that's
furry.
Great.
Yeah.
For the wind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Good.
so I'm trying to figure it out. It's fun though. I don't have a job, I have a passion, love what I'm doing. I'm a nerd. I'm trying to figure this out. It's just fun.
Which is great.
It's fun.
Enjoy.
We'll enjoy. And thanks again.
Thank you.
I'm a landscape photography person, but this is really fun.
Oh, you'll love it. Yeah. And if I see you down here again soon, I ordered a new drone. It comes out soon. I don't think we can drone anywhere down here, but I have it in my backpack, or I will have my backpack. I'll show you everything about it.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right. Have a great day. Nice to meet you, Chris.
Nice to meet you too. Take care.
You the best.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. So let's say that you might want to get an MBA. You're not sure. You currently work in tech and you want to work on Wall Street and you're not sure if you should go to business school or not. I'm going to show you how I map out these goals and these conundrums in my life. And I'll just record what's on the screen here. And I'll turn this a little bit so you can watch me. And then again, I'll just do an insert to have this picture-in-picture in the top corner there for you. So what I'm going to do is, let me first of all go to record screen. 3, 2, 1. Good, it's recording, nice. All right, great. And I'm gonna move a little bit closer so you can hear me. Let me just move this up. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And I'm going to record what I'm doing here on the screen, and I'm just going to use OneNote. Okay, and I'm going to map out MBA or not. Okay. And you'll notice my handwriting is really messy, so I'm actually just going to use text here instead. So let's say we're not sure what to do. So with our career, so at the beginning here, I'm just going to type here current job in tech, not good. All right, and then we're going to map out what to do. And then we'll put your goal over here, which is dream job, Wall Street, in finance. All right, and then you think to yourself, well, there's probably two ways to get there, right? Let's say, let's put an arrow in here. Here we go, arrow. That's one way, and here's another way. This will make much more sense to you in a second, but only by visualizing like this do you kind of create breakthroughs in your life. Okay, so I'll write here, get there by networking. And you can use my book for free, of course, using Chris's free networking book. Or what you can do is the other way to get there. Let's say your dream is to go to a great MBA school like Wharton, MBA at Wharton, which is probably the best finance school out there. Okay, so MBA at Wharton ? And then you're like, well, all right. So what I'll do is this: I'll try to network as much as I can using Chris's book and his methodologies, because he's failed a lot and learned a lot of things. And if that doesn't work, then maybe I'll try an MBA at Wharton. Now, what do I need to get into Wharton? Well, I probably need, probably do well in the GMAT. Okay, so GMAT right here. Okay, you probably need over 700. GMAT over 700. Okay, and then, well, how do I do that? Well, Chris recommended doing, just go back, that's fine like that. Do the Princeton review. Okay. Princeton review. Those poor parents. It's so funny because I remember I used to walk my kids right here and they'd be crying sometimes, and I'd be so stressed, and people would look at me walking by me and smile as if to say, just savor this moment, you'll never get it back. Anyway, a little off topic. All right, so Princeton review, you're like, okay, that's cool. What else do I need to get in? Well, I probably need to do, God, I don't know. I probably have to write great essays. And so here, you'll write here, essays. Oops. I'll go in fast forward mode here. Okay, you're mapping this out. What's next? Well, you got to get recommendation letters. So you might write that here. I'll go in high speed mode again here. And I think you understand what I'm getting at here. You just kind of, you map out what you want to do. And you can use you can use either PowerPoint, or you can use OneNote. The thing I love about OneNote is that it saves all this stuff automatically in the cloud on OneDrive for free, which is Microsoft's attempt at Dropbox. Sorry. And then you can also pull it up on your iPhone or your Android handset, or on your computer at home, Windows or Mac, right? So it's kind of helpful to visualize things. You can drag and drop around things, especially if you have really messy writing like I do. You can even do this in PowerPoint. I do it in PowerPoint sometimes as well, but just kind of map things out and then just kind of do if-then logical diagrams, and then also add little things like, would this make me happier, yes or no, or why do I want to go to Wall Street? Is it all about money? Would money make me happy? No, that sort of thing, whatever. So just kind of, you could sit here in solitude on a park bench like I am for hours, just kind of writing all of this stuff out. Or you can kind of write out cool little quotes to motivate you. I wrote here on the side here, it must have been a while ago, I wrote, hats are like a halo. And this certainly is a halo here, because this is from my hero, Roberto Clemente, which I talked about before. So I find that just sitting here and going for these walks is incredibly inspiring, and we're all different, but I find that when I take long walks like this, I do a pretty good job of assessing how happy I am in life where I'm right now, and where am I now, and where do I want to be, and there's a gap, and I have to work on filling that gap. And I use a hypothetical example here of going to business school. And for me, I did this exact same exercise for business school when I was, it was 1997, I think? Yeah, it was 97. And I read that Carpenter book that I just mentioned here on the golf course in Mississauga Golf Course. And I played by myself, and in between each hole, I sat down on a park bench similar to this one here and kind of mapped out my life and why I wanted business school. In hindsight, had I known what I know now about networking and been able to get into finance by networking, I would not have gotten an MBA, but to each their own. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I got a long walk back. I hate taking the same route back, so I'm gonna go uphill this way. I'm not gonna bring you with me because this has already dragged on too long. I'm sorry, it's a long one today. But if you think this was helpful, and only if you think this was helpful, click the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you mañana. Take that walk. Thank you.